Hey, welcome back to Black Star Dev. Welcome back to my channel. And the topic of discussion today will be why do black men give black women the bare minimum? Now, this is not for those black men who go above and beyond what they should do for their woman. Um, Obviously, this video is not for you. This video is a recount of the collective and how black women as a collective feel about black men. It's the law of numbers, so the averages way out. Um, so I'm gonna discuss some of the things that I have found, and then we're gonna discuss like how does everything tie in. So why do black men give black women the bare minimum? The number one thing being that there's no positive black male rolled up. No, sorry, no, no editing. Um, no positive black male role models in their lives. What do I mean by that? Um, Really, we're growing up with our fathers. Like like I said, for us millennials, I think it was like 68%. I forgot the article. I forgot it that quickly. But I think it was 68% of millennials grew up in a single parent household. So that's 68% of millennials that grew up without a father or mother. Now, we're more inclined to think that they grew up without their father than their mother. So out of that 68%, I would probably say 90% of that 68% grew up in a woman household, while that 10% grew up in the male household. I think those numbers are pretty justified. So without that positive male role model image to balance the feminine, because you gotta have masculine, and the masculine and the feminine have to balance each other out. And we never really learned what it means to take care of our women. We just seen what it was like for our parents to suffer and all that stuff. That's why the term struggle love comes into play. Because people say, um, like our parents and our great grandparents had a lot of struggle love, and people don't want that anymore. Let's see here. Which also leads to another example of women not knowing better. And that also leads to them not having the positive black male role models in their lives. Women don't know no better. You don't know how a man's supposed to treat you if you never seen a man treat a woman the right way. Excuse me. So it's really like a domino effect. Let's see here. What else is there? No sense of worth. That goes for both parties. A black man doesn't know his worth, and most definitely the black woman does not know her worth. Black women, you have the ultimate power, especially over black men. Um, what what I would say is that your job is never to compete with the man. You are never supposed to compete with him. You're supposed to use your feminine energy to influence him. If you think of some of the greatest, I'm gonna say greatest wars because people died, but if you think of some of the wars throughout history, most of them happen because of the influence of a woman. If you go back and read the history books, so women have influenced great things in this world. Um, don't doubt the power of your influence. Have to get in contact with your feminine energy to balance out the masculine. Do not compete with a man. That's not your job. Your job is to influence and then watch. And then the last part I wrote down was pretty privilege. Now, what does pretty privilege mean? I think we all know that. We all know that person who looks really good and doesn't really have to do anything, just sit there and look beautiful or handsome, whatever word you want to use. Um, I actually have a few friends like that. I have one friend in particular that I don't know when the last time this man actually had a job for more than a week. Um, he just sits there, he works out, he looks real good with his shirt off. Uh, excuse me, he got the beard and all that stuff. He got the 6 pack abs. Doesn't work. Doesn't do anything, and he treats like all his women like crap because all they really want him for is his body. So he never really learned how to be a functioning adult. So all he does is just smoke and then smoke Jordans, fucking, and that's his lifestyle. And it worked out to him so far. But he's in his 30s, and I was like, how long can you keep doing this? Because I'm just saying, like, maybe you can keep it maybe to like your 40s. What's gonna happen when you hit your 50s and all that stuff? So I said, just think of an exit strategy. Um, but just a black man giving black women the bare minimum is because it, I would just say it's a combination of black women not knowing their worth and black men seeing what they can get away with. Let's say like we all worked jobs before. We all had jobs. And then, starting off on the job, you're doing everything. And as that job, as you get more on that job and get more proficient, you started slacking off here and there, seeing what you can get away with. I can get away with this, try to get away with that. Oh no, they said something about that, so I got to keep that up. This, they don't seem to care about. So it's like, the further you go along, the more you slack off, the more you see you can get away with. And then pretty soon you're just treating someone like crap because that person allowed it. Now, whose fault is that? Is it that person's fault for allowing them to be treated as such? Or is it your fault for treating them as such even though they allowed it but you shouldn't have done it? So it's everyone's fault. It's everyone's fault. So how can black women no longer get the black minimum? I mean, the black minimum, the bare minimum. I promise you, I'm working on my speech. Um, I would personally say, first of all, loving yourself, knowing what you're worth. Um, know what they say: know what you're worth, charge them double, and then charge them tax. So having a sense of self worth, not settling for any bullshit that someone gives you just because they look good. I've seen that happen a few times. I guess that's part of pretty privilege. Like I seen someone get away with so much shit with someone because she just liked him. We're willing to make excuses for the people that we like. Well, no, we need to hold them accountable. Like if that man disrespects you, I would say give him one warning. Let him know that would not be tolerated. He might try to do it again, and then you just have to get up and leave him. No matter what you've already invested in that relationship, you get up and you leave him and don't look back. Not only would that help the next woman because he's seen that, oh shit, if I don't get my shit together, this will happen again, but that also makes your value go up. Just in case, if he were to talk to some of his friends and they were to be interested in you down the line, they already know that you don't play. So it all like everything builds upon itself, and then he as a man would be like, okay, next time I see a woman say, don't do this, don't say that, I'm gonna go about not doing it because I don't want to lose another good one. So it's all it's all a chain link. It's all building upon each other. Think of it like a cellular structure or a layer. Like we're just layering up. Um, so I truly believe in order for black women not to get the bare minimum anymore, they have to be able to hold themselves accountable. And no, this is not me victim blaming. This is me saying to the black woman, hold the next black woman accountable. Because if she's on her shit and then you're on your shit, he can't play both sides. He can't sit there and say, oh, I'm going to go choose her and not her because I know her, I can get away with shit. Now, me as a black man, I have to hold the black man accountable and say, you shouldn't be playing games with that woman. Stop it. Or if you don't have serious intentions, leave her alone. So, like we all are in this together because I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing the black man versus black woman. I'm tired of seeing black women saying that they have to beg for more than the bare minimum and beg for the simple things that they're white counterparts can just say that they want. Um, Me myself, I've been guilty of giving women the bare minimum. Um, Even to my son's mother, for a long time, I gave her the bare minimum. Um, I see the error of my ways. I'm not perfect, and I most definitely do my best to try to make up for that. Especially now that I can like see it, and I'm a part of that movement of trying to stop it. Um, so I do apologize to any black woman that has been ever been given the bare minimum. But I hope that you see that, and it makes you want more. And it makes you hold that person accountable. And as a black man, I will hold him accountable as well. And I hope my fellow black men hold each other accountable. So we all just gonna be holding each other accountable at this point. Um, Nah, let's say, is there anything else? I'll just end it like this. Um, like I said, once you hit the age of 24, you know the difference between right and wrong, and you know what you can do and what you can't do. And at this point, you choose to. So it's no longer about the male influence. Yeah, that has a huge part because you want to see how that man treats a woman the way that she's supposed to be treated. And so that means that you would in turn treat them the same. But at a point in time, you can clearly see that there are different ways that men treat women. Like, for instance, Russell Wilson, the way he treats his wife is perfect. Like, some people call him a simp. Do people even know what a simp even is? I like, I need people to know what a simp is. Like, that's his wife. He's not a simp for loving his wife. like, I just need people to know what a simp is. Um, but Russell Wilson would be a perfect example of a man loving his wife and trying to do everything he can by her. And I hope to one day be my own Russell Wilson for my wife. And I know she's out there, and I'm continuing to get myself better for you, and as I hope that you are for me. And I'm going to give you way more than the bare minimum. I can't believe I have to say that, but hey, I'm guilty of having a past just like everyone else. Um, I will most definitely show her the love and affection that she deserves. Other than that, I love you. Take care. Black man, stop giving black women the bare minimum. We can get through this, and we can do this. Bye.